I'm at 2814 Indiana Avenue in Covington, Kentucky. I'm on a sanitary lateral inspection. This is for a purchase of a home, but this has already been inspected. At least once they found, I guess they were, there was a couple bellies that they were looking at that was they considered to be an issue, but they did not locate or mark exactly where this is. So I'm basically looking for these spots. I'm going to be locating and marking where they are, painting or marking those spots so that they can get a better look at it and give an accurate estimate. And so this is cast iron on the stack and below the floor. Looks like it goes over another spot pretty quickly. It drops over like there may be another clean out here that I'm dropping. I'm running at about 80 degrees, so it should flatten back out here. So I may mark that spot on the way back just to give them a reference, because I think there's probably a clean out or something right there. It's at least where another pipe drops in. So here we are. We're switching into clay now. So you can see it's also should be a change in pipe size, and that's where this union is. It's also slightly turning, maybe a 22 to the right. Here, I believe this is one of the bellies they're talking about. So it's also right at a turn where it's Y-ing in is what it is. So it's Y-ing in to the main lateral here, and so we'll reference that at like 23 feet, and I'll mark this on the way back here, right at that connection. Here is all the gravel. This is what they were mentioning. So what I may be able to do is make a second pass with the standoff on the camera, and maybe we can get a little better look at this spot and make sure we can look at the higher, or the tops of the pipes here. Try to get the camera up out of all that water. There is an awful lot of gravel in here. It started at about 23 feet, and we are already at the main. So we're only 40 feet off the main. I'm going to actually take a look at the SD1 drawings real quick and find out exactly where the main is, if it's in the rear or the side or something, because it's a pretty short distance. So I'm going to pause the video for a second.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you.
Okay, so this is pretty strange. So far the locate I'm getting is actually out towards the rear. Looking at the sewer district's drawings, they don't show a main in the rear. Doesn't mean it's not wrong. So I'm going to pull back. I'm going to get a couple locates along the length of this pipe, and that way we can make sure that we're following the direction properly. Just to make sure that, you know, these locates, that the transmitter on the camera is following along what what the first locate shows. That way I can make sure that this is correct and I'm just not getting a phantom signal. It's very high, and this to me is pretty convincing, but you always got to do your due diligence. So I'm going to pause again and get another locate here so we can follow the line. Okay, it does look to be heading out the, if you're facing the house from the driveway or from the street, it's going out the left side at an angle, going into the neighbor's backyard. I pulled the manhole in the front. The line is not coming into there, so there must be another line, either a sub main or something that these houses, a couple of these houses go into and go out through the backyard and dump in, as is tying into the larger main that kind of goes diagonal from in front of this house, almost underneath the house to the left, again if you're facing this house. So we've got to locate here, and I'm going to pull back again and just get multiple locates as we pull back, because there's a lot of obstructions here, a lot of there's a deck, a fence, so we're going to try to make sure we get this located well enough to be able to get enough information. So you can tell this does look like pea gravel, stuff that would have been around, around the pipe. Stop again right around in here, because this looks like this is where the beginning of the belly actually starts. As far as my camera is only about a half an inch off the bottom of the pipe, and this is where it starts to overtake the camera head. But so I'm going to pause again and get another locate here. Alright, so we're going out at an angle behind the house. I'm at about 9.7 here to the top of the pipe. Invert, it's about 10'1", which would be the inside bottom of the pipe. That's where the camera is actually sitting. So we'll go back maybe to about 20 feet. We'll get another locate, and then it should probably be right at the where it comes out of the house. Okay, so I'm going to actually go right here first, since there's a turn. I'll get a locate before and after the turn to make sure this is marked out. Okay, I'm going to pause again. Okay, that spot's been marked. I'm going to turn the transmitter off at this point. I'm coming around this turn here. It looks like that's actually a turn. So I'm going to get a locate right about here. Hopefully we get both sides of this turn. Okay, so it is, turning. Got it marked out there. It's still about 10.5 feet, or about 10 feet, sorry. And this is where it switches over from the cast iron, which is right at the wall. It really didn't seem like there was a whole lot of water there at that point. So the footage may be a little off from where it was. I didn't zero it out when I got to the bottom of the pipe, but this is where, if you can look in the bottom left-hand corner, it shows the degree at which the camera's hanging. So it's 83, so basically it's hanging straight up and down. And so when I get up to the top, there's an access, and I believe that is the stack This is where the stack comes down. The 2-inch from the kitchen. Or it's not even a 2-inch, geez, it's about a 1-inch. And then I'm going to locate this spot just to verify that. Okay, so actually this is underneath, there's a dresser here. So there may be actually a clean out in the floor. May try to pull this out a little bit and just take a look to see. But because it does look like where this drops off, there would normally be a clean out so you can get directly down into the vertical. So now we're back in. Like I said, you know, I'm at 6 feet, so that 35 feet or that 40 feet was probably closer to 35, like mentioned before. But I am just to get another look to see if we can see where that gravel might be getting in. I'm adding a standoff to the camera, and we will push down through there and see if we can see a little bit better. I don't know how well this is going to go. There we go. But we want to see if we can get a better look at this, and hopefully we can. So there we go, drop it vertical, we're back flat. And so we have, there's that spot, and it may be where they, you know, put the 4-inch cast iron inside the 6-inch clay. But then again, I don't see really any gravel. You can see this. Looks like there may be a, it's like cracked in at the turn. And this is actually coming from further towards the front. It's more of a Y-end. This may be coming from the front downspout, because this is all tied together. Plus there's also a floor drain in an area right outside the basement door in the front. There's a walkout. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't see really any damage through here, and this is where all the gravel is. So if we can get past that, and we'll take a better look. Try to take a better look at what's above it. This is definitely a larger pipe. Looks like it's. See how much flow we got going by. It's not a whole lot. I want to get a reference point on this, see if I can get it to go through this. Yep, there we go. And I just want to get this for the plumber so that they can see where this is heading. So, we're going to pause this again and get one more locate. Alright, so yeah, there's a main that runs through the backyard. So the tap is actually in the neighbor to the left. It's in their backyard if you're facing the house again. So, yeah, pretty strange. But not uncommon. They took the shortest route. The problem is that it's about 10 feet deep. See anything that looks like the pipe has been caved in, broken. I mean, the worst spot is here. You can see how I've already explained this, but there's a spot here that's a Y-in, and this is coming. You can see the pipe coming from the front towards the front of the house, which would mean it's coming from a floor drain and the storm at the very least. I don't see any other pipes coming down in the house, so it's got to be the storm lines. Some of that gravel may have come in from that floor drain. Could be from the downspout. The downspout looks broken. The hub looks broken above the ground. And so I'm going to take a look at that before I leave, just to kind of get an eye on it. And then we'll also slide this dresser out and see if there's a clean out underneath here, or at least a mark to where one would be. But I have marked this, you know, in about every possible spot and shown the exact path of the line. And so that will, I'm going to make a few suggestions and see what the licensed plumber, their opinion is on this. But that'll end the inspection at 2814 Indiana Avenue.